Hello everyone, my name is Mr.Orange and we're back on the Grand Tour game. So like always, we have another episode in Season 3 and the name of it is Well-Aged Scotch. So yeah, we're gonna go into this episode and looks like the locations are going to be in Scotland, somewhere in Scotland, and the United Kingdom, and I haven't watched this episode, so this is going to be completely new for me and also for you guys. So yeah, we're gonna play from the start and I hope you guys will enjoy, and yeah, like always, we're gonna begin.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, and welcome. And in this week's show, Doc, Scott, and two smoking beamers. Now, thanks, everybody. Thank you. Now, I want to begin by talking about money. Bear with us on this one. You see, if you'd put £35,000 in a saving account in the year 2000, you'd now have around £60,000. However, if you'd put that same £35,000 into an E-Type Jaguar, you'd now have £100,000.
Yeah, just about everything, even remotely rare or interesting, is worth a fortune these days. Aston Martin DB5, that'll cost you £750,000. Ferrari Daytona, £600,000. A Pagoda roof Mercedes SL, that'll set you back at least 75 grand now.
Yeah, it's not just exotic cars either. Ford Escort Mexico, OK? Humdrum car. That's a £60,000 thing these days. 60 grand.
It is. However, there are one or two rare and interesting cars that seem to have slipped through the net, whose prices haven't yet gone through the ceiling.
So we decided to get out there and see which of us was best at spotting that investment opportunity.
Exactly. So we each bought a classic car. And then to see which one of us had got the best deal, we took the Grand Tour to what one of our producers, who's Scottish, always says is the best, most beautiful place on Earth. Scotland. We chose for our meeting point a quaint fishing port near Inverness. And I was the first to arrive in an Alfa Romeo GTV6. Now, you would imagine that when one of these comes onto the market, classic car enthusiasts are running around like they're in a zombie movie and it's Black Friday. But no, I bought this from an 83-year-old man who'd had it since new and was only selling it because his 84-year-old wife found it so difficult to get in and out of, you know. It's only done 26,000 miles, and yet it cost £10,000. And £10,000, that's a round of drinks in the world where this sort of thing belongs. Oh, hello. James May in a Lancia Gamma Coupe. It's one of the prettiest cars ever made, but don't tell him I said that. Morning, May. How much?
£13,500.
Oh, so £3,500 more than I paid for this vastly superior Alfa Romeo.
Well, £13,500 is a bargain for a car that is coach-built and extremely rare and beautiful.
But it isn't exotic like this is.
What do you mean it's not exotic? That is a better-looking car.
What than this?
Yes!
It is superb.
It's not superb.
I tell you what's not superb. Richard Hammond arriving in a Fiat X19. How much?
£2,250.
Somebody saw you coming, Hammond.
What? For a baby Ferrari? 2,200...
Did you just call it a baby Ferrari?
He did.
Because it is mid-engined Italian. It's exactly what it is.
Well, listen to that sound.
I know.
That is the reassuring sound of tin on Russian steel.
It's a light, bright, effervescent sound, just like the car.
How many colours has this car been? It was black, then it was red, then it was white, then it was pale blue, and now it's purple.
I'd like to add, actually, it's not how many colours has this car been, how many cars has this been?
Well, quite. It's now going brown.
Brown, yeah.
All right, then, I'm not going to turn around and try and work out which Alfa you've bought.
The best
Oh,
Alfa.
it's a GTV6.
Exactly.
Yep. Why has it got this plastic bit in the middle of the bonnet?
Genius. The engine in this car had a small issue. It used to backfire, well, front fire actually, and blow the top off the engine, yeah? So that would damage the bonnet. So they put this plastic panel, which was easier to replace.
Why didn't they stop it backfiring?
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
They were busy.
Lazy.
Yes, let's not get bogged down with some of the Alfa's minor design flaws.
Disasters.
Because all three of us have got classic cars
I have, yes.
for good money.
Mm-hmm.
We're in Scotland, so why don't we take them on a drive in... Well, let's be honest, Scotland is just a road trip.
Well,
I agree.
we could, while we're here, we could do the NC500. Which, I mean, that is it's
Voted by Condé Nast Traveller magazine, voted it the best road trip in the world last year.
locks, mountains, it's just...
All the pretty bits, yeah.
no, it's all the best bits of Scotland, right?
Yeah.
500 miles round the north coast of Scotland.
in Italian exotic
That
cars.
would be... Oh, hang on.
What?
Text. Yeah. Mr. Willman. Mr. Willman. It says those cars will not do 500 yards, leave alone 500 miles. So I provided 3 backup vehicles which you can use to get home when they go wrong and catch fire and explode. I was wondering what they were.
Funny.
How did he know we were going to do 500 miles?
That's a good point, actually, because Hammond's only just suggested it.
Eventually, we cleared the fishing port and found ourselves on the open road, where we could get down to the business of enjoying our pedigree Italian classics.
Okay, the Lancia Gamma. A fairly interesting car, I have to admit that. So we have to hit a 1 minute and 42 seconds.
On the end of one of the camshafts. Basically, you can't really use full lock, especially when the engine's cold, otherwise the engine will explode. The thermostat was fitted in the wrong place, which leads to overheating very suddenly, and then the engine can explode. And there were some problems with the gasket materials, which causes the coolant to mix with the oil, with engine exploding sort of results.
That sounds terrifying, like... That's the risk every time when you buy like an old Italian vehicle. Like, you never know what will happen. The engine might blow up or something will misfire if you buy an old Italian car. Well, not some of them, but most of them, let's say. I'm not saying they're really the most reliable cars out there, but some of them there are. Like, maybe some of the Ferraris are reliable and all of that, but yeah, the older models are really not known to be reliable, of course. Apart from the Japanese cars, they are really reliable back in the time. Yeah, back in the time when those cars were good. But I have to say that this car is also very nice to drive. It handles really nicely on this very nice stretch of road. And of course, I just crashed it to a wall. And I did it again. Can we hit a time? Can we hit a good time? Oh yes, we can.
My car is just so refined and sophisticated, and in fact really well looked after by its previous owner. It was obviously loved. One of my windscreen wipers just fell off.
Oh dear.
You can't get out.
We just lift it up. There you go. You just have to drive like that. James, can I just say you've done 3 miles?
It's mended for now.
what
Don't
if it
turn it
rains?
on again.
Just turn it on. I want to see what happens.
Right, okay. You ready?
In Scotland.
In Scotland, you won't need it. That's the thing.
Perfect.
Because it
Right.
never rains. Meanwhile, in the GTV6. Oh no, what's that? Third. Right, good. Third. Fourth.
That transmission doesn't really sound great.
Go.
It sounds like, I don't know, it just doesn't sound great.
Transaxle, gearbox at the back, twin plate clutch, discs all round, unusual at the time. One of the best engines ever made, 2.5 litre V6.
It's not bad. Sounds like a good engine. Well,
Oh,
for an
dear
Italian
me.
car. Oh no, the handling is great. I think we have to do some
my
cornering.
God,
Oh no. Okay, stop crashing, please. Okay, there's a lot of turns on this map. Or on this track. Oh, this is drift. Oh yes, drifting an Italian car. You don't see that coming. Passing by the beautiful countryside of Scotland in a very not reliable Alfa Romeo. If I had to pick between an Italian car, I would have maybe got the Fiat. That Fiat X19. Still, it looks ridiculous, but I don't mind. Like, I really like tiny cars. I don't know what's the thing about me with tiny cars, but I just like them. They're just so nimble, small. They don't have that much power. And yeah, that's sort of the fun, and that's the fun thing about a small car. But yeah, normally they have some really tiny engines like the Italian, Fiat. I think that thing has like 40 or like a couple of horsepower, not even a lot, but still, it's pretty funny. Okay, can we hit this time? Oh yes, we can, of course, because we got another gold. Yes.
However, despite all the weirdness, I do still absolutely love this thing. It was my ownership of a GTV6 that taught me what cars are all about. You need a personality, you need flaws for them to be human. And James May was right for the first time in his life, and only time in his life. This is one of the greatest engines ever made. The creamiest, the smoothest, and the most beautiful to listen to. That's not exhaust noise. That's an actual engine. As James and I enjoyed our classic thoroughbreds, Richard was driving along in his purple Fiat.
Unleash 80 horsepower.
Okay, well, never mind. This thing has 80 horsepower, which is not bad. So it's a rear-engine Italian car.
About the Fiat, the pedals are very, very small and very close together. And if you try and operate them with, let's say, your feet, you'll find that your feet are too big. Really, you just need to use a toe on each.
That's funny. The pedals are too small. Oh, Richard or Hammond. He's really enjoying his car. Purple Fiat. So this car almost had 3 colors after the generation. So I think it had red, a couple of other colors. I don't know what the colors are, but oh, this thing is amazing. I love it. But 2,000 pounds for this little Fiat. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't fall off the hill. That was close. That could have ended up really badly. But this thing goes really fast. 130 miles per hour? That's impressive.
Oh my God.
Oh yes, I'm sorry, Hammond. Scare you like that?
Oh my God.
Yes, I know. How many times have you said, "Oh my God"? You can already stop saying that, because the crashing is already over. I hope so. Okay, that's a nice turn. I don't know what is the thing about me, but I always like drifting in every single corner. Well, don't do that too much because we have a challenge. So we should also look out for the time at the same time. But of course, we got that gold.
Go, go.
Soon, Hammond spotted a racetrack and suggested we have a go on it. And as we pulled up, it became clear that tiny pedals weren't his only problem. That's quite high revs.
Yeah, idle's quite high, yeah.
Is that its idle speed?
Yes, it's keen.
Since this was actually a go-kart track, it was too narrow for car racing. So I decided we should have a drifting competition.
It doesn't work. It simply doesn't really have the power to throw its tail out properly.
Even though my Alpha had twice the horsepower of the Fiat, things weren't great for me either. Just grip and more grip. I know Roger Moore drifted a GTV6 in Octopussy, but then he crashed into a fence and had to dress up as a clown.
In the Gamma, I was confident I'd succeed where my colleagues had failed. Right, here we go. Lancia is one of the greatest names in rallying history, so control drift should be second nature to this. So approach that corner, heel and toe it, and brake, lift off. No. At this point, I suddenly remembered something important. This is front-wheel drive, isn't it? What was I thinking of? It's not going to drift. Happily, though, the enthralled local audience were able to find a solution. What I do is I take the rear wheels off, let the tyres down, and put these plastic covers on, then put the tyres back up again, put them back on. That gives the car the loose back end you want to drift. This is like putting insulating tape on the back wheels of your Scalextric cars. Stand by. With no help from anyone else on this freezing day, the drift covers were soon fitted.
Oh, here we go.
Oh! Right, turn in, get the drift going, and this entertainment went on for quite some time.
Well, that's just great. Why do you do that? That's the most ridiculous thing that you can ever do. Why? Oh, this feels so weird. Indeed, it actually grips. It doesn't actually have any grip. But why do you do that to a poor front-wheel drive Lancia that just doesn't want to drift? Like, look at this.
Right then, let's go.
It's not really the greatest. Like, it looks it's really easy to do, but it isn't. This car doesn't have any power or anything. Okay, come on. Oh no, I'm doing so bad. Come on, give me more power. Where's all of your power, Lancia? Okay, more power.
Brakes.
Here we go. Do some more drifting on that side. Okay, I'm doing so bad. There we go, perfect. Okay, that isn't perfect, but still. Okay, I'm gonna get a bronze on this. I'm not really sure, but this is our second lap.
Oh, that's interesting.
No, it isn't. What are you talking about, May? This is totally not interesting. This is boring, actually. This is the most boring thing ever. There we go. We'll drift on that corner. Perfect. Yeah, we might not do this quite easily. Not really one of the most greatest challenges that I have ever approached, but we might do this again, guys, so yeah, I'm gonna do that again. Wow, that was so bad. I'm gonna retry that, guys. That wasn't really great, so let's go ahead and do that again. It's actually really difficult to do it. Let's do that again, of course. We always get a second chance to do this. But how does he do it? I'm surprised. Okay. 45 meters of total drift. Okay,
Forward.
perfect. That's almost perfect. Keep it up.
Slight slow there.
Okay, that's another drift on that side. Perfect. Just get those small drifts. Okay, get the small drifts, of course. How am I doing so bad on this drifting thing? Okay. Do a little bit of drifting on that side. Okay, we're doing not bad. Okay. Come on, let's get a bronze. Yes, we got that bronze. Can we get that silver? Can we get that silver? Oh no, there's no way. Oh yes, that was a quite a nice drift. Oh yes, we got that silver. We almost got it. Yes. Oh yes, we got it. Come on, can we get the gold?
Look through the bend. This is quite a complicated one.
It's a quite complicated one. But can we get that gold? Can we get that gold? No, we just didn't get it. Ah, that hurts.
The steering wheel!
Did a thing to it. Yes. This looks like a lot of fun. We're going to do that. We're going to try it.
Oh no, there's the only set.
What are those things?
Yeah, they're the only set, so we can't do it.
Well, no, we can make some.
Did you ask if you could borrow this bed?
No, but they won't need it. And rotate. This goes over. It'll require a little bit of persuasion.
James May just
Yeah,
drifted perfectly behind you
This
there.
is another of those weird days.
With his tyre covers made, Hammond decided not to hold back.
Oh, this is going to be...
I mean, seriously, he's going to get to that corner and then... Where can the helicopter land?
I don't know. On this racetrack, I bet.
We're off.
And we're off. Oh, this feels so slippery. Oh God, Hammond, what have you done to your car, man?
Give me everything you've got.
Well, I'm giving it everything. Oh, this feels. What have you done to this car, man? It just feels like that I'm driving a bus or something. Doesn't even feel like a bus. It just feels like I'm driving on ice. What have you made of these tires? This poor thing. I have to torture this poor car just to do this. But it actually drifts quite nicely.
Right,
I have to admit that. Oh yes, that was a great drift, and we just hit a fence on our way. Okay, just do these little tiny drifts. Unleash the beast, of course. Oh, got a bronze.
Now this
Perfect.
bit is really scary.
What is
Keep
scary?
going.
Nothing is scary for me. Nothing is too scary for me. Oh, okay. It's quite easy. And whoa, okay.
Good.
Perfect. Yes. Time to get that gold.
Thank you.
No problem. Yes, we got 1,700 meters. This is much better than the Lazio. I have to admit that. That's much smoother.
Oh my God. Right, let's just try again. No, that's fallen off. That could be interesting. And I am turning in, drifting. Oh no, I've got no steering.
Annoyingly, Hammond's dismal failure didn't stop him fitting his ridiculous contraptions to my precious Alpha and insisting that I have a go. Think of the trouble Alfa Romeo went to make this car exquisite. Think of the trouble that Pirelli went to make the tyres grip properly. And then along comes Hammond with the bit.
Oh no, now he just fitted on his Alfa Romeo. Why? Again, more drifting. I like drifting, but not with those really ridiculous modifications. But I think we have to work with it.
Keep your foot in it, man.
Oh yes, I'm just giving all my power that I have. And it does much, and okay, this feels much nicer to drift on.
Very quick.
Yes, very quickly.
Drive carefully.
And I'm driving carefully at the same time. Oh yes, oh yes, look at me go. Don't be scared, Hammond. Or Clarkson, sorry, that's the wrong name. You're not Clarkson. Oh, well, you're Clarkson. Okay, I don't know what I'm saying. You're not Hammond, Clarkson. Okay. A couple of drifts on that side. Oh, we got that silver, almost. Now we got it. And now to get to that, now the only thing left to do is to get to that gold.
Look at that for a tidy line. That is my foot pinned to the floor.
Well, come on. Can you just give me everything? Yes!
What was that noise? Whole car's vibrating. Yeah, that's a massive vibration. Hammond, you blithering idiot! You totally ruined this car! An inspection of the undersides revealed some grim news. That has come off. So the prop shaft is now, well, it's still joining the gearbox or the transaxle to the engine, but by a thread. And if I did anything more than rev it like that, it's going to come off. If I'm driving along, and that's the end of the Alpha.
Well, that's interesting. My car's working and I'd like a drink. The hotel is about 25 miles away, so I think I'll get on with it, if you don't mind.
You can't leave, no, you can't leave me now.
What do you mean I can't leave you now?
Well, it's, have you seen how cold it is?
I can't see how cold it is, but
No, but I actually
feel it
just looked.
in the
Drizzle 6 feels like 2.
Well, you know what would warm you up?
What?
A bicycle ride. It always does.
Is he on a tricycle? Oh no, he isn't. We're going in the Fiat. Okay, where's Clarkson? I bet he's already riding that tricycle. Or that bicycle. Okay, so we have to get it as close apart as possible. So we already got that gold. Easily done. Not right now. Okay, he's catching up, but he's still really far from us. This thing is great. It drifts really nicely. But if you do that in the real world with a rear-engined, rear-wheel drive car, like a Japanese Toyota MR2, you wouldn't really spin out. Like, I mean, these rear-wheel drive Japanese cars are really death traps, like the MR2.
Oh, God.
If you guys know what car am I talking about, those are really death traps. But still, they're really fun cars, but still, you have to look out. You never know what will happen with you if you drive it. Okay, come on, keep up, you little Fiat.
Come on, this is it.
No, it isn't. There's still 62% or a little bit more time.
Oh my God.
And we crashed again. But we're still. Oh no. Okay, I'm keep looking at the map. Stop looking at the map. Okay, thank you. That's a little bit better. We're getting really far from May. May is driving a fairly slow Lancia. I'm surprised that this 80 horsepower Fiat can catch up. Okay, I hit too many. Oh, God damn it. I'm hitting so many walls. Or rails. It's not really a wall. And that's a drift, and that's the end of that. We won.
20 miles. Through this freezing middle of nowhere.
Hey, Richard the Hamster Hammond. Is your car warm and dry? I'm just checking.
Yeah, I'm warm and dry. You warm and dry?
I'm very warm and dry. Oh, I meant to ask, would you like a long gin and tonic sitting at a bar stool?
Yes, yes, I would. And we've only got, well, it's not far, in a car.
Oh, God. Oh, come on! Rub it in! Seriously, rub it in!
we're going to need to rehearse it.
What?
Well, what we say when he's found... Look, so we're on Breakfast TV, you're on the sofa, yeah?
Oh, okay.
Good morning, with me now is James May, that's how they speak, who has just learnt of the sad demise of his co-host and colleague, Mr. Jeremy Clarkson. James, how do you feel that his body was found in a ditch with a bicycle this morning?
Was it?
Yes.
No, that's not right, is it?
No.
Sorry, could you do that again?
James, this is radio, okay? Good morning, 9:05. James May is with us. We only learnt this morning of the sad demise of... Oh, bugger.
What?
All of that rehearsing, mate. Waste of time.
Ugh.
Because he's outside right now, fighting with the bicycle lock by a fence. Oh, you look cold.
It's cold. Oh, hell, why won't this work?
Paper boys can work one of those, mate.
Oh, Steve, I don't care.
He's left the key in it. What
Yes.
a muppet.
Oh, God. Oh, come on. Hammond! 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 The next morning, the peaceful stillness was shattered by the cry of a distressed animal.
Clarkson! Clarkson! Where's my roof? Right. Bastard! What was that? What? Oh, you are joking. No. 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 He hasn't. He's not that sick.
Morning.
What?
Morning.
Yeah, whatever. Oh!
Why have you driven over your own roof?
Clarkson. He's sick. Enjoy your day on your bicycle, bastard. Well, I'm cold now, obviously. Borrowed a jacket from a cameraman. He's 6'3" and 18 stone. I'm in a small, stylish Italian sports car. Supposed to be looking good. I look like a frostbitten gnome.
Not will take that. I wouldn't stand for it.
The only thing that worries me is he might get some exercise on his bicycle. Ha ha ha!
Do you think he's already just become one of those embittered cyclists who hates anybody who's got a car? Oh, jeez.
What? Oh, come on!
Oh, he has returned. He has returned. He's still alive. The Alpha is still alive somehow. And now we have to hit some speed cameras. No, go slow.
It is quite scary through here.
And yes, it is. But we hit that speed camera at 100 miles per hour. Exactly. That's well done. There's still 2 more speed cameras to go. I don't know where there are exactly. But they will come in a couple of minutes. I hope so. Okay, that's a nice drift on that corner. No. No, don't go too slow.
How clever is
Oh,
that?
come on. That's the silver. I don't want that. Please. Come on, Alpha. I trust you. With all of my power, you can do this. I like the look of it. I'll also have to say that. Oh, come on. There it is. And yes. Nice.
He did not mend that.
Very good. Now, I have to say, the only reason why we met on a beach full of oil rigs and then drove through a council estate full of hypodermic needles is to annoy, well, simply and only to annoy our Scottish producer.
Yes, but we will not tell you Gav's name. We promise.
No, we won't. We won't say his name. Anyway, look, it all gets a lot sunnier and prettier in part 2 when we finally get on the North Coast 500, and we'll pick that up later on. I want to talk about the BMW M5, which has always been, as I'm sure we all know in here, the ultimate Q car. It is a fizzing lunatic in a Geoffrey Chaucer suit. However, the new M5 has turbocharging, so it's kind to polar bears, and it has four-wheel drive, so it's safe, and it has an automatic gearbox, and that's all very nice. But is it what we want? Let me first of all explain the basic recipe for a BMW M5. It's a four-door saloon with a boot at the back, space for 5 businessmen in the middle, and a monstrously powerful engine at the front. That's the main thing about an M5. It must be extremely fast. On the face of it, then, the new version seems to tick all the important M5 boxes. It's sensible, and thanks to 592 horsepower, it is Ferrari fast. But what about the turbochargers and the automatic gearbox? And what about the all-wheel drive system? Does all that mean it's no longer capable of being a swivel-eyed lunatic? No, not really.
592 horsepower. This is sick. I like this BMW. There's flames speeding out of the exhaust already.
Oh God, that looks tricky.
And it is four-wheel drive drifting. You can't beat it.
Flat out, yeah?
Yes, flat out on this corner. Yeah, I already crashed so many times. Perfect. Okay, you can stop already crashing into the walls. Thank you very much.
Oh, very, very quickly here.
This car is quick. It's impressive. Sounds nice.
Will do.
The handles also really nicely, but if you cannot tell, I'm already crashing into 70 walls. But I'm trying to get the drift as amazing as possible. There we go. We got it. That's a gold for us. Now the only thing left to do is just to go to the finish line. But let's try to do one more drift. Let's try to hit a 1,000 meters. If we even can. Okay. Come on, the 1,000 mark.
No!
Oh no, there's no way. Oh yes, we did it. Okay.
If you want it to do this all the time, you can actually turn off the four-wheel drive system. Seriously, you can turn it off. Just have it in rear drive only. Behave like a complete yobbo. Yeah! And that's just the start of the M5's adaptability. You can choose how much traction control you'd like. You can choose how sporty and responsive you want the engine to be, how uncomfortable you'd like the ride to be, how meaty you'd like the steering to be, how quickly you want it to change gear, and what you want on the head-up display. You can even choose what sort of noise you want the exhausts to make. Oh, and look at this one. This menu allows me to choose what fragrance comes out of the air conditioning vents. I can have the Blue Suite, which is a waft of pure water pearls, or I can have this one, which gives me a golden shower of fiery aromas. And this is all very Pacific Rim. It's very CGI, and that's great. But the truth of the matter is that the 50-something businessman who'll buy this car will never change the fragrance setting or any of the other stuff. He'll put it in four-wheel drive comfort mode on day one and leave it there forever. And if he's going to do that, there may be a better alternative. It's made by a German tuning company called Alpina, and it's another take on what a fast BMW should be like. It actually produces 600 horsepower. That's more than you get from the M5. It has more torque too. And there's no nanny limiter. So this will do 205 miles an hour. Does this mean then that on a track the comfort wagon can keep up with the ultimate sports saloon?
The BMW M5 L. Wow. Okay.
Go.
Let's see if we can keep up with the original
This car
M5.
was not developed to race track. The boss of Alpina says if you engineer a car to be good at the Nürburgring, it won't be any good on the road. And he may have a point on that.
True. And we're getting pretty close to that BMW. Oh no, never mind. Oh, that's a lot of crashing. Actually, no, we're still sort of catching
It
up.
actually produces 600 horsepower. That's more than you get from the M5. It has more torque too. And there's no nanny limiter. So this will do 205 miles an hour.
Which is really impressive. Okay, just stop complaining. We're almost getting there. 79 meters. Okay, he's catching up. He's catching up really quickly, but we still did it. Oh no, there's another lap? Come on. I know this is really enjoyable, I have to admit that, but
Savage acceleration.
I'm already winning. Like, look, I'm 36 meters from him.
Oh,
There's no way that
nearly.
he can
Ow,
catch
God,
up.
that
Well,
looks
maybe
tricky.
now. But, okay, that's a drift, sort of. Sort of a drift, yeah, thing. Okay, yes, we're catching up. Look how close we are. 5 meters from him.
Oh no.
Well, with crashing, yeah, of course, but still, we got close. Okay, I have crashed so many times. Sorry if I'm crashing a lot. Like right now.
No.
Okay, I need to stop crashing. Oh no, this is what happened. This is what happens if I crash a lot. No, come on, not that silver. Not the silver. Come on, I was so close. Oh, we got that gold. That's the only thing that matters. Yes, we still somehow managed to do it after that crashing.
Somehow. So on a track, make no mistake, the M5 will pull away. In fact, it is doing. We're both cats, it's just that he's a cheetah and I'm a lion. If then you care about shaving tenths of a second off your lap time at a racetrack, you're better off with an M5. But for going home on the M4 in the real world, which is what I'm about to do, I'd rather use the Alpina. So I shall.
Very interesting observations. So after all of that, you would have the worst car.
Well, yes, because it's better. It sounds better to me, I've got to say.
Oh, well, says the voice of speed.
Well, I tell you what, let's find out how fast the M5 goes round the Ebola-drome.
Let's find that out right now. The Bulletdrome. I still love that name of this racetrack. Ooh, that was a quick start and a smooth one.
Flying onto the Isn't Straight there. Well, look, it's a bit damp.
Indeed it is, a little bit damn, but that doesn't stop me from winning, of course. And
Now,
that's a
plunging
turn.
into your name here, looking a little edgy.
Ooh, 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 yes. Oh, that was beautiful. We sort of went out of the racetrack, but that was
Dabbing off a bit
beautiful.
of speed at the midpoint.
There we go. And now, speeding up to another turn. Damn, you're doing
Really
great.
hard on the brakes for Old Lady's house. This is where understeer will show itself. Taking no prisoners on the Blaster substation.
Okay, and we're getting close.
Altering the Pirellis through there. Just feel the sheet to go.
And yes.
It looks big, but it looks like it's heavy. It looks heavy. Anyway, there's the lap board, and we can see the old M5 look down there, 17th place, 1 minute 24.2. So let's see where the new one goes. Is it quicker? Oh, it is. Oh, my word. 4 seconds faster.
That's staggering, isn't it?
That's absolutely amazing. Now, I have to say, we did time the Alpina, but we haven't filmed it.
Why not?
Well, because it's going to be slower.
You are going to look such an arse if it is.
Well, I am, but it won't be. Let's find out. Let's see where it goes. This is the Alpina. There you go. You see, slower, as I said. But 121.6, not bad. Not bad.
So if you do want a taut, fast, super saloon, his advice is get the flabbier, slower one.
Yeah, it's better.
It's really some clear buying advice again this week.
It is. Anyway, let's get on to some actual clear buying advice, shall we? Let's get back to our film in Scotland. Tonight, we are doing a tour of the North Coast 500 around the top of Scotland in some beautiful Italian classic cars and a Fiat X19.
Well, yes, but you two had both had mechanical issues.
Yes.
Yeah, we did, but we still had hope in our hearts that things would get better. As we cruised along, our Italian classics and the Fiat continued to provide unexpected entertainment.
I'm going to show you a fantastic feature on this car. Here are the heating and ventilation controls. I've got it on warm because it's a cold day. But look what happens when I press the air conditioning button. It's haunted! Did you see that? Look. I think I'll cool myself down.
My head itches because of this hat. But if I take it off, I'll freeze to death.
Soon, Hammond insisted we stop for a cup of tea to ward off his hypothermia.
I've had a thought.
That's very uncharacteristic.
I was going to say,
This is
first
good.
time ever.
No, this is based on experience and knowledge. Right, problem with the NC 500, we all the way around here, we miss this bit. We're here, right, and we miss this road, which I have driven, and it is breathtaking. Not just the scenery, which is incredible, but the actual road itself.
I'm sorry, but if we just go along here,
Yeah.
we're not exactly doing the NC 500, are we?
No, but what if we create our own route and claim it for the Grand Tour? We could call that the Scottish Highlands Intermediate Tour. How far is it?
It's about 287 miles if we do that.
Scottish Highlands Intermediate Tour 287.
It would be the... No, hang on, that doesn't work, does it?
Piloting extremely nicely in Scotland.
287.
Yeah.
The piloting extremely nicely in Scotland, 287. That would do. You see, that's your second thought of the day.
It's because of the hat.
With the new route sorted out, we set off. And it turned out that it wasn't quite like Hammond had said. It was much, much better.
Oh, how much better is it? I'm going with Richard Hammond. I'm going with the little car.
Go! Oh, really?
And, oh no, the Alpha is catching up. Well, we can catch up, no problem.
Yeah,
Or he can
feels
just
good.
stop right in front of me. What a bastard. I just hate that so much. Somebody brake checks me. Or brake checks me. Okay, sorry about that. But that was annoying. But this is beautiful countryside, but it's sort of like the same route that we have driven
big trouble
every
here.
time, but still. Oh yes, drift, drift, drift.
Oh my God.
Whoops, and that's a crash. But still, we're drifting away. Your driver, your choice. Hammond is really enjoying his Fiat, while the other ones are really not doing great. May is in second place, and Clarkson is in third place in the Alfa Romeo. It's a V6. Come on, you can catch up May. I don't know what engine he's running in his Lancia, James May, but still, surely the Alpha can catch up to the Lancia.
This will be good.
Oh, and he did. What a coincidence. I just said it, and he passed him. Well, we're all the way in the front, so there's no way they can catch us, except maybe a miracle. There's no miracles now. And oh, okay. No, that was dangerous. That could have turned out really badly. It is a really long race. I'm quite enjoying the music that's right now playing in the background while we're crashing. This is quite beautiful. If I had to buy a car and drive it anywhere on the road, I would have gone to Scotland for sure. Look at this place.
Holy moly.
Oh, the view. It's amazing. Look at it.
mean, this is heaven.
In fact, the moment was so magical, it had taken my mind off something that had been troubling me all day. Today is the 11th of April, and I don't want to sound like Eeyore, but it's my birthday, and those two haven't remembered. All of the crew have said happy birthday. The director said happy birthday. James and Richard, nothing. Ullapool, 26 miles. Ullapool, I might be able to get the prop shaft balanced there. That's quite a big town. Guys, how far are we from the hotel now, do you know?
About 30 miles, 35.
Well, as it's not late, I'm going to dive into Ullapool and see if I can get my prop shaft balanced.
You know what?
It's vibrating and it will hurt the car, so I want to just get it balanced up and I'll see you at the hotel later on.
That is uncharacteristically conscientious of Jeremy to want to go and mend his car, but it's actually very convenient for me and Hammond. We've got something in mind. The thing is, we hadn't forgotten it was his birthday, and with him gone, we could shoot ahead and set up his surprise party.
Balloons coming in.
Oh, this is nice.
Right, loosen it off, and that will allow the prop shaft to settle where it wants to settle.
While the short-sighted orangutan ruined his car, I was busy in the kitchen. For Jeremy's birthday feast, I am preparing his favourite dish, spaghetti bolognese. But, as it's his birthday and as we are here, I'm going to give it a Scottish twist. Yes, I am doing that. I'd say that is ready. Oh, yeah. That will do nicely. And there it is. Spaghetti McBolognese.
Oh, and we have to take a picture of it. Oh, where's it? Where's your face, May? Show me your face. Yes, we got it in time.
Battering and deep frying everything in sight,
In you go, my wee beauties.
I was organising the guests, who are now all here and waiting for the birthday boy.
Oh, hello, here it is. Here it is. Oh. Countach. Lancia 832. There's obviously some kind of classic car meeting going on. Oh, wait a minute. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. You remembered.
Of course we remembered. Actually, it's better than that. We're having a party for you.
No, but James. There's a classic car meet going on.
No, they're your guests. For your birthday party.
It's a 3.2 as well. Oh.
Still, it could be worse. And then it was, because it was time to sit down for Richard's Scottish dinner. Battered spag bol, followed by a deep-fried cake. This is the worst birthday party I've ever had.
Come on, we made an effort. Anyway, shall I get the bagpipes?
The next morning, we were up and on the road, bright and early. This is the first April the 12th since 1972 that I haven't had a hangover. Thanks to the world's worst party organisers, Messrs. May and Hammond. Oh no, the vibration is back. Why can't I do anything? But despite my problems, the sun was shining, and Scotland was more spectacular than ever.
Okay, so that was his birthday. Now we're gonna go with the Alpha. Time to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And he's getting in first place. No, Hammond. Not gonna take us alive. More horsepower.
Joy of joys.
Oh, yes. And we're first place. With that vibrating... Yeah, our car is vibrating of something. I don't know what was it again that was making the car vibrate, but something. This is quite a close race. That was a drift. Ooh, more horsepower. Oh, no. Yep, we should maybe use it right now. Okay, stop crashing. Damn, how much... Okay, let's just use our more horsepower. Yes, boost. Use the boost. And more horsepower again. Okay, we have been getting a lot of power-ups of more horsepower. Still, we're not getting that annoying text message from Hammond or May. But this is by far the most prettiest episode of the Grand Tour. Yes. Yes and yes. Ooh, that was a beautiful turn. It'll be also quite a long race. We're still halfway done. Still, I'm enjoying the scenery, so I don't mind it.
Yes.
Alrighty. That's another corner. And another corner.
Oh, for God's sake.
Okay, just stop complaining, Clarkson. You should be you better be happy with that birthday party they gave you. Still, you should be proud.
Oh, look at that for a tidy line.
Okay, just use your boost again. They're catching up. Okay, 65%. Okay, we're going uphill for some reason. Okay, and we're going back downhill. Oh, another power up. It's going to be more horsepower again. Like always. And use the boost again. Oh, this is one straight line. This is perfect. It's all what we need. One very straight line.
Oh yeah, loving
and
that.
And the boost again. Okay, that's a little bit too fast. Oh, that's a rail. Who's behind the wheel? Yes, I'm curious. Who's behind the wheel? Well, it's Clarkson, obviously, who's right now driving the Alpha. Damn, every time when I turn my camera, you can really hear the engine, like really loud. I enjoy that sound quite a bit. And that's the end of that.
There are now only 50 miles to go to the finish point on our loop. So it felt like a good time to sum up our wonderful cars and Richard's fears.
Some cars achieve classic status because they're rare, thoroughbreds like those two. And with that, you have to accept they'll be delicate, temperamental. Some cars achieve classic status simply because they're really good. The X19 was good when it was designed and built first, and still is today. Add to that it cost me just over £2,000.
Rare, interesting, beautiful. Those are the criteria by which I think you should judge whether or not a car is a true classic. It has to be at least two of those things to qualify. So let's have a look at my Lancia. Well, it's definitely beautiful. It's a truly superb bit of car styling, this, and it's rare.
Look at it, and tell me you can think of another car anywhere on Earth for 10 grand that you'd like more than this.
Bidding a fond farewell to Hammond's magnificent penis, we got back to the town where we'd started, Inverness.
Mission accomplished.
Well, there we are. In just 3 days, we have covered a staggering 287 miles.
Well, yours was on an AA truck for a bit of it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But apart from one catastrophic failure that required somebody to drive from Swindon in Wiltshire all the way to Inverness with a spare part,
Don't forget that my windscreen wiper fell off as well.
Yeah, and one of my headlamps is stuck.
Yeah, but apart from those things, we have proved that it is still possible to buy and enjoy a classic car, even if you're quite poor.
Yeah, we should be proud of that.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
And with that, back to the studio. Tent.
Tent.
Because we're quite poor.
Yes. It's funny, isn't it? It's funny. Over the years, we have travelled the whole world looking for the best driving roads.
Yeah.
And it turns out it was just next door all along.
I have to say, I don't want to say this in front of our Scottish producer.
Do not name Gavin Whitehead.
No, I shan't, but that was just about the best drive I've ever had. That road, that scenery, that Alpha.
That party.
No, not the party,
Okay.
but everything else was, well, it was perfection.
I do agree with you. I thought it was spectacular, but we should get back to the point of this film, which is that you can buy an affordable classic car that is also an investment.
Are you sure you want to raise this particular point, James? Why don't you tell the ladies and gentlemen how it worked out with your Lancia?
Well, OK, I spent £13,500 on the car, and when I got it home, I discovered that the price of putting it right was only £6,000.
So your investment has gone down by 45%.
Correct.
Yes. Now, my Alpha, as I said in the film, I have brought it home with me. And since we made that, which was April, so 9 months ago, it's only cost £8,000 in repairs.
So your investment has gone down by 80%.
Yes, what about you?
100%.
Really?
Yeah. Day after we finished filming, the engine blew, car in the bin, all gone.
So to conclude then, all of us have lost some money and one of us has lost all of it.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, that's
and
right,
on that terrible disappointment, it is time to end. I'm going home now, in my Alfa Romeo.
No, you're not.
You live over there.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, exactly. Too far.
Whatever. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye.
Alrighty guys, that was the ending of episode 7, my apologies for that, but I feel so sad that Fiat actually died, and it was my favorite car in this episode. But okay guys, we got 1 silver. That's so annoying. There's always that one challenge that I'm really bad at, and it was the drifting with the Lancia. Yeah, I wasn't really great at that. But everything like that, but apart from that, we got on everything gold, which I'm really proud about that. And yeah, now we're gonna skip and move back into the main menu. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. So of course, every Friday, there's going to be a new episode of the Grand Tour. So make sure to stay tuned on Friday, because yeah, of course, there's going to be a new season every Friday. But yeah guys, I'm gonna end off this video right here. So it'd be very, very amazing of you if you could give this video a like, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Goodbye.